Welcome to Off the Record with Sharon Stewart, featuring the best in local rock and the stories behind the sound. Let's go off the record.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. In this episode, I talk with Dan Stonerook, a singer-songwriter from the Johnstown, Altoona area. We talk about his songwriting and the stories behind his music and what keeps him creating. Stick around till the end because Dan will perform his latest song, Against Me, right here in the studio on this episode. And he's also got a show coming up soon right here in our area. So let's get into it. It's episode 20 of Off the Record with Dan Stonerook. All the way from Johnstown, Altoona. Dan, thanks for coming and talking to me on the podcast, Off the Record.
Thank you for having me.
So, Dan, tell us about yourself. I've been doing a deep dive on your social medias and your website. I even watched an interview that you did with Fox 8 News out your way, Altoona way. And you call yourself a singer-songwriter storyteller.
Yes. Right now, I'm mostly an acoustic guitar player, a solo artist, like the blue collar type music. I refer to it as bearded acoustic bluesy storytelling music.
So you got a new EP out. It's called Almost Famous. Now that came out in August. Wow, that's pretty fresh, isn't it?
Yes.
What made this the right time to, release these 5 songs on this EP?
I had the songs ready to go. I ended up finally was able to get the chance to record it. I ended up recording the album in Nashville. Three of the songs were recorded with Jerry Reed's band, or former members of Jerry Reed's band, which obviously I did Jerry's most famous song, Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
I bought the rights to record that for a while and sat on them, and I finally was able to get a chance to record it, and long process of hooking up with Smokey and the Bandit tribute group, who got me in touch with Bart Pike, who was the bass player in Jerry Reed's band, who got me in touch with a couple other members of the band in the studio down there that I recorded it with Richard Smith at his studio.
Wow.
Richard Smith is a guitar virtuoso.
I was going to say, you must have felt like you were almost famous at that point, huh?
Yes.
That works with the album title.
And we were... It was kind of funny because once I told him I was from around Johnstown, all we did the whole time in between sessions was quote from the movie Slapshot.
Oh, okay.
So we were dropping lines from Slapshot the entire time in between. So
wow, recording in a studio in Nashville, and you came back.
Yes.
You sound like you might have been in heaven down there, huh?
I was.
I bet you were. So, one of the tracks on your album, A Day Late and a Dollar Short, that's one of my favorite sayings, by the way. So it sort of sums up my life, is how I feel. You feel the same way? Or
Yeah, just being a little bit late and, a little short on, life experiences and different things that you're reaching for. But it doesn't mean it's out of reach. It just means you're just a little behind.
Just got to wait a little bit longer, right? So your style is described as Americana, outlaw country, and a little bit of classic rock, too. How do you balance all those influences, and who influenced you?
Well, my mom was a big influence.
Really?
Growing up, like a lot of the classic rock stuff, like the Eagles and Steve Miller.
I love to hear that.
Stuff like that, and just kind of built from there. One thing, they were joking around down in the studio in Nashville. The drummer, he kept calling me Nebraska from the Bruce Springsteen album.
Yeah.
Because it just had that Springsteen feel, real blue collar. And he just kept calling me Nebraska.
Wow. Well, that's a compliment.
It was.
I was creeping your Facebook page, and I saw that you actually got to meet Meatloaf.
Yes.
That must have been amazing. You said Meatloaf is your guilty pleasure.
Yes, it is.
But don't feel guilty here at all.
No.
What year was that?
2021. He was at Steel City Con in Monroeville, and I got him to autograph a guitar, and we were talking and joking around with him about, at the time I was looking for a drummer for my band, and I asked if he knew how to play drums.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, come back when I'm here in the spring, and I'll let you know."
And he didn't make it back.
No.
Yeah, not long after that.
He passed away right after that.
I know.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Wow, that is something else. And he is a big storyteller too.
Yes.
Or was anyway. Wow, what an amazing opportunity.
Mm-hmm. It was a fun time.
Mm-hmm. On your website, you say you got a broad range of gig venues from open mics to festivals. So how has playing so many different types of venues shaped your performance style? It's basically just you and your guitar, right?
Yeah. The style's basically, you know, get some of the bigger festivals and places like that. I try to limit the storytelling because it's not as intimate of a gathering. But, you know, I'll give a good introduction on some of the songs that need it. But the smaller places, you know, I'll take more time and tell some more stories because they seem to be more involved and more listening and active in listening.
I love to hear the stories behind the songs myself from any artist. That makes it even more special when you're hearing it. It kind of makes more sense. So what's your most memorable opening for a headliner? Or have you ever opened for a big headliner?
Yes.
Really? Who?
I've shared the billing with Sophie B. Hawkins in Wheatus at the Northern Appalachian Folk Festival.
Wow. Sophie B. Hawkins, the Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That was in 2018. And then in 2021, I opened for Reckless Kelly. They're like outlaw country band. They've had there's at least 5 or 6 top 20 albums they've had out. Wow. They're getting ready to retire here on the road next year.
So how long?
They stopped us afterwards and said about, you know, you guys sounded great. And I was playing mandolin mostly on that set. And I can fake my way. I'm not a real mandolin player.
Right.
So that felt pretty good.
That was back when you had a band. Yeah. Right. So now you're solo though, right? You're all solo.
Yeah.
The new EP is all just you, right? Almost Famous.
Yeah, it's all me. The first 3 songs are with the former members of Jerry Reed's band.
Oh, okay. So you've got pros behind you.
Yes.
So when you're writing a song, you know, I wish I had that. All of the artists that I've talked to on this podcast, it's kind of like magic happens when you come up with a song. Is that how it is for you? Or kind of like it gets just delivered to you? I want to feel that, but I keep looking for it.
Yeah, sometimes it's, you know, like I get like a melody in my head or a riff and you know, start working on that. And then the lyrics come to me later. But then other times it's, I got some lines in my head. I'm like, ooh, like try to figure out some music to that and build from that.
I think of a line every now and then I forget it. That's my problem.
I always record it. I'm always writing stuff down.
Oh, really?
I always have you know, stuff on notebooks like at work.
You always have a pen handy.
Yeah.
Do you become like manic when you're writing, you know, songs? I've heard that from other musicians on this podcast too. It's just kind of like, you know, something comes to you and can't stop till it's done, or?
I'll get something in my head and I'll write it down, and then, you know, like sometimes stuff just comes to me right away. Other times I'll sit on it for a little bit and maybe start writing another song.
Come back to it.
And then I'll take 2 of my songs that I just made and go and make them into one.
You got 2 solo albums?
I have 3 now.
3 now?
Yes.
Wow, Almost Famous makes 3 now. Yes. Awesome. So how does a creative process differ from, you know, working on a full album versus a shorter EP? Is it easier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the time length on them.
That's kind of the way things are nowadays too, right? You slowly release material.
Yeah. For me, it's just been obviously the money to get things recorded.
Okay.
And then just trying to spread it out a little bit, getting the music out there, especially playing, you know, bars and clubs and places like that where I'm sneaking in my originals more than I am playing for my originals.
Right, because most places, they want to hear songs they know.
Yes.
Yeah. So you slowly feed them your stuff too.
Yeah.
And they probably can't even tell the difference, you know, honestly.
That's the fun thing is when I play my originals and seeing them put their phone up in the air with the Google microphone on, trying to figure out who wrote that song.
Oh, okay.
And then like they'll stop and ask me, who wrote that? It wasn't coming up. And I'm like, oh, that was me.
Wow. That's
or
pretty cool.
If I don't tell them one after I play it.
That is very cool. That means you hooked them.
Yes.
I think. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been a musician? You know, you started young, right?
No, I started later.
You're a late bloomer.
Yes.
Me too. Not musician-wise, but just everything else.
I mean, I started playing guitar like in college when I was around like 20.
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
You're a pretty seasoned musician. Compare to when you were in your 20s to the streaming world now. It seems like it would be almost easier to be almost famous nowadays than it was back then. What do you think?
Yeah, it would.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you got the streaming platforms to reach people.
The access is out there. It's just a matter of, the promotion and getting it out there.
Yeah. All your music is streaming, right? On all the platforms. You're on Spotify and all that.
Yeah.
Get a lot of response from, I'm sure locally people support you, right?
Yeah. So far, so good.
Yeah. You could be reaching people out there and, well, would you know it?
Yeah.
If they're streaming your music?
The data each month, like you see where it's been streaming at. My first album, it was, I was selling it on Bandcamp.
Oh, okay.
And it tell you where the album was purchased, and I had 2 album purchases from the Vatican.
What?
The only person I know in the Vatican is the Pope. So thank you.
Wow, that is cool. You can just see somebody sneaking a download.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool from the Vatican. Awesome. So you're based out of Johnstown, Altoona. You've done all kinds of venues. What kind of venues do you do? What kind of shows do you do?
I do any and all between. I've played small little diners, street festivals, big festivals on bigger stages. Some of the bigger venues in like the Pittsburgh area. I've been at Jurgles, been at the Hard Rock Cafe down there.
Cool. Are the gigs pretty steady for you?
Right now,
it's starting to slow down. I know.
Well, it started this year. I had some foot stuff going on, and I had surgery on my foot, so I was I was at home all summer. I had a bunch of gigs lined up. I had to cancel, and people looking to book me again, and I was like, sorry, don't know when I'm going to be healed. So
what's it like
back out there now.
What's it like as a musician? Do you have a family life? I know you work too. You got a day job. You know, it's got to be. I just can't imagine balancing all of that.
It's a tough balance.
But you got to make room for your music, you know?
Yeah, I do. I try.
Yeah. So what's coming up next as far as gig?
I will be at Sandfly Brewery in December 27th in Punxsutawney.
Yeah, I was going to say Punxsy. I know that one. Well, that's awesome. That's a pretty cool place, too.
Yes.
How do you sell yourself out there, Dan?
Just a lot of emails and phone calls.
Okay, that's all on you too, right?
Yeah, I'm the.
You're the guy. You're the promoter.
I have many hats. I'm the promoter. I'm the janitor. I'm the writer, the producer.
Yeah,
I do it all.
You're the roadie.
Yes.
So, are you looking to put a band together, or how do you feel doing solo?
I like doing the solo stuff. I am looking to put a band back together. Spending that time in Nashville with a band was
probably felt good.
It brought the urge back. So I am looking to put something together again. I'm also in the process of recording another cover song.
Oh.
I was in a Johnny Cash tribute band for a while. It was my stepdad's band.
What band was that?
It was Cash Through the Years.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So he passed away in 2017. So that's the band ended. And we were hitting it pretty good there at the end. We had some stuff lined up for the next year that was going to be really, really big. And so I'm working on getting everybody that was in the band back together, and we're going to record Folsom Prison eventually here.
That's cool.
I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of the studios locally here to get some time booked and that. And then figure out how we're going to do it. If we're just going to go in and do it as a band, if we're actually going to track everything out.
Right. I think Johnny Cash actually started out wanting to be a rock and roll star,
Yeah.
Like Elvis, you know? And he's, in my opinion, he is a rock star, honestly. Yeah. Do you collaborate with other writers or other musicians, often? I mean, I know you did the Eastbound and Down song with the former Jerry Reed band.
Yeah, it was Bart Pike on bass, and then Rick McClure was on the drums. He is the band leader of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, wow. So, impressive.
Yes.
That would be something to collaborate with them.
Yes.
Are you open to that, though, collaborating with other artists? Or
my old band, we did collaborate a little bit. We did some writing. I did some of the music stuff with the other band I was in at the time. We were called Moonshine Jasmine.
Awesome.
We were based out of Pittsburgh there. The lead singer, basically, she came up with some lyrics and that, and I helped fill in like the melodies and that, and built the song. So that's
pretty cool. That process too. It kind of adds everybody puts in their own little special herbs and spices, I guess I could say.
Yes.
Huh? In the studio for the EP, was there a moment or a take that surprised you? Maybe something you couldn't have predicted going on while you were doing it?
What surprised me the most was the process. I sang line by line, eastbound and down, about 30 times each.
Oh, okay. It was that meticulous.
Yes, they were. Richard Smith, he was really, really on his game, and we were listening to the different versions of the original song, and he figured out about 2/3 of the way through on the song, it switches tempos.
Yeah.
It almost looks like there was the tape was spliced from way back in the day.
Right.
I know when you're recording on tape,
razor blade cut and splice.
So it switched up just a little bit there, about 2/3 of the way through the song.
Old school.
And he figured out that there were two different versions of the song release. There was one for the movie, and then there was one that was for the radio.
On air,
One was probably recorded in L.A., and the other was probably recorded in Nashville, is what he figured. So
right.
It was interesting seeing that, but sitting there and collaborating with those guys on how I wanted my originals to go, it was really cool for them to just... They took it and ran with it and got it on the first take.
Wow. Working with the pros, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about that song, Eastbound and Down. Who doesn't sing that song when they hit the road? I was just singing it last weekend when I was heading out for a wedding. So
yeah,
it's a classic.
It is a classic.
Right. And if you don't know any of the rest of the song, you know that part, especially when you're driving. So on your website, I noticed that you mentioned customized vinyl. What's that about?
I went up to Brooklyn twice, Brooklyn, New York. There was a company up there, Least of All recording studios, and they were doing these live to vinyl recordings.
Oh. So
you got a hold of them and you pitched your stuff, and then if they picked you to go up, they did all the pre-orders for these for your originals, and then you went in there and one take you recorded onto vinyl live.
So we could buy vinyl of your music.
Yes.
That's cool.
So it was one take. There are 50 copies known to man right now. I still have some copies available. But they were pre-ordered, so if I screwed up, it was screwed up on the on the vinyl.
That's what makes it even better. I think more valuable too, natural and what do they call it now? Organic.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 2026? What do you see yourself doing? Are you planning another album, touring, anything else outside of the, music path?
Working on getting a band together. I'm going to do some more touring. I'm trying to go a little back into my influences. I'm working on putting together a folk album.
Oh, okay.
I got a tenor guitar. It's a 4-string acoustic, so I've been playing a lot on that lately. So I'm trying to go back to that
hippie rock.
Yeah, the hippie rock singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
More like that folksy, like Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie style.
I think it's starting to come back around.
Yes.
I see it coming back around. I see the young people even... they look like hippies, but they're not.
Yeah.
Because they're too young. But yeah, I do. That's awesome. Yeah, bring back the hippie movement. I'm all for that. So if you could give one piece of advice to, somebody out there who either wants to be a singer-songwriter or is, trying to break through in today's music climate, what would you say?
Lots of self-promotion and do what you want to do. Don't be afraid to bend and break the rules.
There you go. So we can find you on all platforms, Bands in Town, Reverb Nation?
I'm not really active on Reverb Nation anymore that much, but, my website, I just updated that here recently. Facebook, Instagram.
Dan Stonerook And on Facebook,
It's Dan Stonerook Music.
Music, yeah. Okay, so we can find you and your website, of course, danstonerook.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm on, the new album's on all the streaming sites.
Spotify,
Apple.
That's awesome.
Amazon. And then if you go to YouTube and search Dan Stonerook, the album's on there. But if you search Dan Stonerook, my music video for Eastbound and Down will be on there.
That's great.
Recorded.
I think I saw your interview with an Altoona radio station, right?
Yes.
The rock station there.
Yeah.
Thing they do, they're right down the road here. I'll tell you more about that later. Then.
No, I don't know.
It's something you want to get in on, Dan.
I'll have to check that out.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Okay. You're going to perform a song for us here now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell us you're a storyteller. So tell us about the song.
So I'm going to do the song's called Against Me from the new album here. I wrote that back in 2020, 2021, around there. And it's basically, fighting the odds and having more faith in myself than others have in me.
Yeah. This was during COVID time too, right?
Yeah.
We were all feeling kind of like things were against us at the time, especially musicians then, right?
Gosh,
you guys couldn't get out and perform.
Yeah.
The worst time for musicians, I think.
It was, at least performing live.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that started, the home recording stuff and that, and, which is nice because they sold their stuff a couple years later. So I was able to get some good prices on and deals on recording equipment and sound equipment.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. That's,
Against Me.
Yeah, basically, that's how it is. Like, there's some people that just saw me as the guy working the door at the dive bar years ago, and now I've been to Nashville, I've been down to Atlanta, I've been, up and down the East Coast, opened for some big bands, kind of like proving them wrong.
Right. Okay, well, I do appreciate you coming in and being a part of Off the Record and play your song.
All right, thank you.
That's my conversation with Dan Stonerook on Off the Record, episode 20. Make sure you follow Dan on social media and check out his music and upcoming shows at danstonerook.com. Thanks for listening and supporting local artists. I'm Sharon Stewart, and we'll close this episode with Dan Stonerook performing his latest song, Against Me, live in the studio on Off the Record.
The odds were against me when I was born. Daddy was a no-show bastard, mama bust her ass. Life was never easy, but we got by. Never had anything handed to me. Always had to work for what I got. Things, they just never come easy. And sometimes your name, it is a curse. There's a dark cloud over it you gotta shake. You wanna make it on your own. Heart's been broken, shattered and stabbed. Been isolated, left for dead. Never had any faith in me. I was never invited to the stage. Never got under the lights. Small town glory slipped away. Now I'm on the road playing in cities and places far away. I've been and singing my songs. I was never given a chance. I was always a second thought. I'm not the doorman anymore. I'm not the doorman anymore.
Yeah. Nice job. Nice job.